Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know it's been some time since I've uploaded my last video. I have been just very busy with some family work, so apologies for that. So let's continue the series, okay? In last video we have seen how to create a bootable USB for Archcraft using different methods including DD, Hatcher and Rufus as well. You don't strictly have to follow these methods to create a bootable USB, okay? There are so many methods out there that you can use to create a bootable USB. Some people in community suggested a tool named Ventoy. Okay, of course you can use Ventoy to create a bootable USB drives. Actually this is beneficial for you if you use Ventoy. You don't have to format your USB device over and over again. Just install Ventoy on your USB device and copy the ISOs, and that should do it. The reason I have not mentioned Ventoy in my video because I have tried that maybe last year. That did not work for me. It was not able to boot Archcraft ISO, so I just cannot suggest something that did not work for me. Okay, so yeah, you can use the method you like to create your bootable USB drive. Okay, anyway, let's move to another topic. In this video we are going to boot Archcraft, okay, in Virtualbox. Basically a hypervisor. You can use any hypervisor you like, okay? You don't have to use Virtualbox again. You can use QEMU, VMware, GNOME boxes, whichever you like. But I'm going to use Virtualbox because it's really simple, and I know you guys don't want these basic and very simple videos. I'm really aware of that, but sorry, I am creating a series, okay, about Archcraft. So a series has to start at some point. So let's just start from the beginning, from downloading the ISOs to create a bootable USB and then booting it. And in upcoming videos we are going to learn more stuff about Archcraft, okay, like how to use a particular window manager correctly, how to do this and that. For example, how to create a new theme in OpenBox or in BSPWM. So yeah, that is that is for upcoming videos, okay? So let's boot Archcraft, okay? Open Virtualbox and create a new machine. Name it Archcraft. Select the ISO. We have downloaded the ISO in previous videos. Downloads, and it's the latest ISO. Type is Linux, Arch Linux 64-bit version, okay. Next, let's use I usually use 4 GB of RAM. It's up to you how much you want to use, and 4 cores for the CPU. Again, this is not a powerful laptop, so it doesn't have much cores, so I'm going to use 4. This is barely touching the red line. Enable EFI. We are not going to enable EFI yet. We are just going to boot it in BIOS mode. Storage 12 GB should be sufficient, and that's the summary here. Okay, we have our machine ISO. We have here 4 GB of RAM, 4 cores of processor, and 12 GB of disk size. Okay, finish. At this point we have successfully created a virtual machine for Archcraft. Now let's just boot it. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, let's just interrupt this screen and have a look at these different menu entries here, okay? Since this machine is booting in BIOS mode, so this bootloader is SysLinux, okay? SysLinux is used as a bootloader for Arch Linux ISO when you boot it in BIOS mode, okay? So now let's talk about these different menus, okay, what each and every does. So this is the default one, okay? If you press tab, you can see what's going on there. This is just going to load the kernel and the initial RAM disk, okay, and these Q codes and some kernel parameters. That is basically that is required to show the boot screen, and uh, mm, it will try to create the boot process as quiet as possible. Okay, so that's all about it. Nothing special about this menu entry. Now come to the second menu entry, which is BIOS open source. What this is going to do is this is going to use the open source driver for NVIDIA. Okay, that's all. Next menu entry, which is BIOS NVIDIA. This menu entry is going to use proprietary NVIDIA drivers to boot the ISO. Okay, and the last basically, of course, this is the last about booting Archcraft. And this as you can read, BIOS no mod set. Actually, this menu entry is going to disable KMS and then boot the ISO. If you are curious about the KMS is just a method of setting display resolution in kernel space rather than user space. Okay, if you really want to know more about it, you can just open your browser and go to ArchWiki about kernel mode settings. Okay, as you can see here, it is a method for setting display resolution in kernel space rather than user space. Okay, if you know if you want to know more about that, you can just give it a read, this article here. Disable mode settings. Okay, so no mode set, it is a kernel parameter that we are going to use to disable KMS. And again, there are various reasons you have to disable KMS. So that's all this menu entry does. Now let's just select the first menu entry and press enter. Now this is going to boot Archcraft. Here you can see the boot splash screen. Basically it's Plymouth. Again, wait, because this is not a powerful machine. Let's wait. Yes, the booting process is finished, and now the control is given to the display manager. And since Archcraft directly locks you in OpenBox, which means the auto login is enabled in SDDM, so the next screen we are going to get is definitely OpenBox. Just be patient. Okay, you can see the wallpaper here. This is the default one, and now we got the status bar. It is polybar, and this is the welcome app. Now the first thing that you will going to do is probably making this virtual machine in full screen. So let's just press Ctrl F. That's the key to go full screen in Virtualbox. Okay, now this is the this is the point where people start to complain that why the status bar is not scaled, why the wallpaper is all messed up. Okay, so since you know that Archcraft does not use any kind of desktop environment, so there are no background services, systemd services or daemons running behind to handle that situation. Most people do, they just open menu and type display, and they try to set the display resolution from this, and as you can see it's already in 1080. So this is not going to fix the resolution because it's this is the XFCE application. Okay, and this is going to actually manage the XFCE desktop environment, and it is going to reload or maybe auto scale the status bar and fix the wallpaper. But that's not the case with Archcraft. It is here because XFCE settings are installed, but this is not going to fix this. The correct method to do is in newer versions of Archcraft, I have added an application, manage monitor. You open that and you select your resolution, whatever resolution you like. For example, my screen has a 1080p resolution, so I'm going to select that, and now everything is fixed because I have created that tool for Archcraft specifically. This is going to restart the polybar, and this is going to fix the wallpaper. Okay, so that's how you should set resolution and fix the wallpaper in Archcraft. Okay, there are other methods to set the resolution, which I'm going to talk about later. Let's say when you create a virtual machine in EFI mode, okay, when you boot the machine in UEFI mode in Virtualbox, then there is a method that you can use to set the display resolution for that particular machine using a Virtualbox command, okay, which is I'm going to demonstrate later. Another way to set a display resolution is by clicking on your right click on your desktop, go to OpenBox menu, go to preference and display monitor. Okay, this is a OpenBox pipe menu which I have again created. Again, so many options here. Okay, if you have multiple monitors connected with your computer, of course you can use that menu to manage the screens. Again, we are going to fix the resolution, so you can see all the resolution that is supported by this display are listed here. So again, just select your resolution, and now the status bar is going to reload and the wallpaper is already fixed. Okay, so there are two methods that you can use to fix the messed up resolution, messed up wallpaper, messed up status bar in Archcraft when you boot it in Virtualbox. Okay, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. So alright, we are in Archcraft in Virtualbox. Again, if you press Ctrl F, everything is everything is as it should be. Now it's on you. Just explore Archcraft, click here, right click here, play some music. Okay, it's on you to explore Archcraft. This is file manager, it's terminal, of course. Again, very basic video. Okay, now let's just turn it off. Now we are going to boot that machine in EFI mode. Okay, so head over to settings, system, and check this box, enable EFI. Okay, now this method is only going to work if your computer hardware, if your laptop, if your desktop computer support virtualization. Okay, this is only going to work if your computer support virtualization. Correct me if I'm wrong. And most modern computers have this technology built. So just go to your BIOS settings and use virtualization if you're not already using it. Okay, now this machine is going to boot in EFI mode. Now what I was talking about in a few, what I was talking about, yes. So again, messed up resolution. Okay, now we have a machine named Archcraft, and this is going to boot in EFI mode. Now there is a command that you can use to set the display resolution for this machine. You don't have to boot into Archcraft and then go to OpenBox, right click menu, and then set a display resolution. No, here is a command: bbox manage set extra data, and this is going to be your machine name. And again, as you can see, EFI graphics resolution, which means this is only going to work if you are booting machine in EFI mode. Okay, and this is that's the resolution of the machine that we are going to set. Now just press enter, and this command set going to set this resolution for this machine. Okay, now let's just boot it. As you can see, the resolution is already set. Again, this is booting in EFI mode, so there is no syslinux here. This is the plain graph screen that is used to boot the ISO in UEFI mode. Okay, we have already talked about these menu entries, so there is no need to discuss them again. Let's just select first menu entry and boot it. As you can see already, everything is in proper resolution. So that's the benefit of booting your virtual machine in EFI mode, especially in Virtualbox, because by using that command you can set the resolution, your preferred resolution, prior to booting your virtual machine. Okay. Okay. Okay, so everything is all right. Okay, so now you have seen that since we have already set the resolution for that particular virtual machine already, so there is no need to fix the resolution again, because everything is already fixed. The status bar is fully scaled according to the resolution. Okay, the wallpaper is not stretched. So again, EFI mode, if you want to experience Archcraft in Virtualbox the right way. So again, you are in Archcraft, sure, give it a try, explore it, explore various window managers that it has. You can just install it. You don't have to like install the OS to try a particular window manager. Okay, it already has OpenBox and BSBWM installed. If we just log out, and this is the STDM, click on sessions. Again, this is going to take some time. I don't know why this is so slow. Okay, here it is. Type your password, LIVEUSE, live user. Okay, that should do. Again, everything is fixed. So yes, explore BSBWM, and when you are done, just type install, and you have two options to install Archcraft. One is Calamars, or whatever you call it, and the second method that I use is AWIF, the CLI installer. Okay, we are going to see how to use these installers in next videos. Okay, so sure, it's a very simple installer, it's just a matter of few clicks. All right, let's shut it down. Okay, so again, this is a very simple video. I have already mentioned that since we are creating a series, and a series has to start at some point, so of course start with some basic videos, and then we are going to move to more stuff. Okay,